It's a winner-take-all scene at American Family Field, Game 3, between the Milwaukee Brewers and the New York Mets. It's a rare Game 3 on a wild card series. Awaiting the winner of this game is the Philadelphia Phillies. They'll have the home field advantage for the National League Division Series. Jose Quintana and Tobias Myers gained the starts for the Mets and Brewers respectively here in Milwaukee in the final game between them. The Mets looking for their first winner-take-all series win since 2011, 13 years. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava as we get to our starting lineups for both sides. For the Mets, it is Francisco Lindor, Mark Vientos, Brandon Nimmo, the top three at shortstop, third base, and left field. Pete Alonso at first base, Jose Iglesias at second base, Jesse Winker at DH. They move Iglesias from the 2 spot to the 5 spot, and Winker back at the DH position in the place of JD Martinez, who got the start yesterday. Starling Marte at right field, Tyrone Taylor at center field, and Francisco Alvarez at catcher. For the Brewers, their starting lineup goes like this. They're pretty much using the same lineup as they had yesterday. The only switch here is that William Contreras will be the designated hitter, and Gary Sanchez will be the catcher. Jackson Chourio at left field, Blake Perkins at center field, Contreras at DH, Willie Adames at shortstop, Sanchez at catcher, Rhys Hoskins at first base, Sal Frelick at right field, Joey Ortiz at third base, and Bryce Terang at second base. For the majority of Wednesday's second wildcard game, it was looking as though the Mets were going to advance to face the Phillies. They were up 3-1, and they were holding steady at 3-2 heading into the bottom of the 8th. The Brewers had not won a postseason game when trailing at the 8th inning since 1982. But Phil Maton gave up 2 home runs in the inning to give the Brewers a 5-3 lead. And then the door was shut after Lindor, Iglesias, and Winker all did not get on base against the closer for the Brewers, Devin Williams. Jackson Chourio lead the way for the Brewers in that game with 2 home runs, both of which are solo shots. And tonight, the Mets will look to clinch their spot in the NLDS against the Phillies behind the efforts of Quintana, who has had a strong year. Questions are going to arise about if a player with an 83 stuff plus is really what you want on the mound in a season-deciding game. And it's fair to ask. He ranks in the 15th percentile swinging strike rate. His 3.75 ERA might be above average, but 4.57 FIP is more mediocre if anything. He also has a 78.2% left on base percentage, rating in the top 25% of the league, and a 266 batting average on balls in play rates in the top 20%. It's not a stretch to say that he has gotten lucky this season. A peculiar stat from this year, of his 22 home runs allowed, only 5 have occurred on the road. Maybe some of that variance changes a bit tonight. There's no real reason for the disparity. Might also be a slower night on the base paths. Only 9 steals have been attempted against him all season long. At the bats, they'll look to open things up a bit more than what they displayed on Wednesday, looking to accomplish more of what they did Tuesday when they put up an 8 spot on the Brewers, with 5 of those runs coming in the 5th inning. They did put up 8 runs after playing a doubleheader in Atlanta the night before. Tonight, with Tobias Myers on the mound for the Brewers, the Mets will look to the core trio of Lindor, Vientos, and Alonso doing the damage. WRC Plus against righty ratings of 136, 127, and 120, respectively. Each of them are at least 20% better than the average major leaguer at creating runs against right-handed pitching. The potential of this Mets lineup, combined with the probability of Quintana struggling a big spot, could lead to open doors on both sides for both the Mets and the Brewers. For the Brewers, Chourio, who by the way is only 20 years old, and he's only legal being an adult for 2 years, but he can't participate in champagne celebrations. Well, he's been playing like a grown man right now. Make people feel old, but also to be playing at this stage in the majors at 20 years. Whoa, it's 2 home runs in game 2. Second of which tied the game at the bottom of the 8th. It led the way for Milwaukee's win last night, so he is contributing in huge ways. And it's insanely impressive for a player of such a young age. And for game 3, Myers gets the ball. He is surprisingly had a solid first year in the big leagues. And this rookie, he went 9-6 with a 300 ERA. He has limited walks and above average rate at 6.3%. And his 81.1% left on base rate was in the top of the league. He locks in, we may get a little lucky. The metrics lean towards luck a bit. Swinging strike rate of just 10.5%, ranking the bottom quartile of the MLB in getting swings. He's still average against strikeouts though. He faced the Mets behind an opener last Saturday, throwing 4 innings of shutout 1-hit ball in Milwaukee. And today it appears Pat Murphy has more faith in Myers. He isn't putting Jared Koenig in front of him. He'll let him face the top of the order to start the game. And hopefully it goes equally well for the Brewers. But having just seen the pitcher there again facing, the advantage may go to the Mets hitters. Maybe. Maybe a fair expectation that they'll be quick to pull their start if things don't go their way. The bullpen's one of their major weapons and they'll lean on it if they have to. Myers already had a very low quality start rate because of the lack of innings he pitches. It's not someone who is going to go 7 innings by any means. And this is their bats likely run for their all-star catcher, William Contreras, who leads the team in weighted runs created against left-handed starters like Quintana. The Brewers, as a whole, are right at the average in the MLB against southpaws. They've been a bit cold at the end of the year. It always seemed to be that way. The Milwaukee curse, the lack of at-bat production in the playoffs has been noteworthy, but this might be a great chance at turning things around behind some big names and young talent, such as the aforementioned Churio, Contreras, Willy Adames, Bryce Terang, and even Joey Ortiz. They're strong 47-34 at home this season. So that is one thing of note. As for entering this game, as we get the intros from the ESPN side, other 3 MLB wildcard series ended in sweeps, including a highly anticipated Kansas City Royals and Baltimore Orioles series. Just saw the lowest run total scored of any wildcard series this year, at just 4 runs in total between both teams combined. The only home run came from the losing team, Cedric Mullins of the Orioles. Bobby Witt Jr. got 2 runs batted in for the Royals in the series victory, both of which are their winning runs. And do remember, another key of what Carlos Mendoza is strategizing is in the late innings. That's another key. He didn't bring in Edwin Diaz for a 6-out save in Game 2 like we did Monday against the Braves, which was actually a 5-out save attempt. But Diaz now has 2 days off after throwing 40 pitches in that game, 26 the day before. Phil Maton blew the lead in Game 2. He has pitched 4 times in 5 days, and he hasn't looked good in his last 2 outings, especially after serving up the 2 home runs against the first from Jackson Churio and the second one from Garrett Mitchell. So Myers warming up at the mound before we get started here in Milwaukee. The trust factor in Maton may be low with him, to force Mendoza to consider other relievers or even the other starter, David Peterson, who last pitched on Sunday. They've used up Luis Severino for Game 1, Sean Manaea yesterday's Game 2, now Quintana in this Game 3. It's Francisco Lindor, who has yet to get a hit in this series, by the way. Lindor thrusting himself into MVP conversations in the NL. Lindor has yet to get a hit, but he has 1 run in. So there's a caveat for him. The Mets need to find some long ball power. And they may need to have Lindor find his groove here. First pitch. That one missed. They'll call it ball 1 on a fastball at 94. 0 for 6 in this series is Lindor. He has 3 walks, but he has to find that hitting power that he has. Love it. This is a swing and a miss. He took it low. Cotter 87 from Myers. And in about an hour, we will have the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Mercedes-Benz Stadium as Lindor fouls on this fastball at 94 miles an hour to make it a 1-2 count for Myers. Milwaukee 47-34 at home. The Mets 43-38 on the road. The 1-2. Line drive to right center, and Lindor has his first hit of this series. And Lindor is racing for second. The ball got loose at the last moment. Turang couldn't control it. Lindor is safe at second as Turang could not control the ball the whole way. In any other circumstance, Lindor would have been out, but we will have to take a further look at this. So line drive to right center for a base hit. It was down. And at center field, once Perkins picked it up, he made the throw to second base for Turang. It got away from Turang at the last moment. A rotten luck there for Turang, who has been arguably the best player thus far in this series for Milwaukee. Best batting average at 625. Jackson Chourio, though, has 2 home runs. Both yesterday as Vientos swung and missed. He batted .266 in the regular season. His series, he is 3 of 8 with 2 RBI and 2 runs. He's enjoyed a breakout season. Here's the 0-1. Decided not to go low on that slider as it was towards the dirt at 88 miles an hour. Vientos has huge power on his bat. 27 home runs for number 27. The third baseman for the Mets at Queens. Lindor at second. The 1-1. Bottom left corner. No swing from Vientos. Fastball 94. And right away, Tobias Myers getting the party started for the Brewers. This team built on pitching, as it has been throughout the last few years. That's been their foundation, whether it be with Craig Counsell or Pat Murphy. Call timeout here for Vientos. Contreras is DHing for today. It is Gary Sanchez playing catcher. He has played just 3 games with the Mets last season before he was DFA'd and acquired off waivers from the San Diego Padres, as this one was fouled, so Vientos will stay alive for a 5th bat. Myers, one of the rookies here for this Brewers team. Here's the 1-2. Spiked to the dirt, and Sanchez made a good block. On a changeup at 82 that was going low the entire way. This next pitch will be Myers' 10th. In the past, the Brewers used the Times New Roman font on their jerseys. Interestingly, it's been a very popular font. Lindor at second. Vientos at the bat. To righty. The 2-2. Knocked him out! Bottom left! On a fastball at 95 miles an hour. Ka-chow! That could not have gone any better in terms of where that ball was placed. Bottom left corner, that faked out Vientos. Now Myers set to go up against Pete Alonso, who moved up to, it was Brandon Nimmo rather, who has moved up a spot with Jose Iglesias moving down from 2nd to 5th in this batting order. So Nimmo is 3rd, Alonso is 4th, Nimmo 2-for-8 in this series, an RBI and a run. 107 OPS plus on the regular season. The 1-0. Nimmo took it upstairs on the cutter at 90 miles an hour. No swing that time. It's back-to-back cutters at the same location, so I feel Myers has to locate that strike zone. Send it over down for the middle and force Nimmo to take a look at it. That's downstairs that time, 94. Fastball, 3-0. So it's danger area for Myers. Bryce Terang, who leads off against righties. He is ninth in the order. As Pat Murphy wants to get this going against lefties. That is a called strike as it went downstairs by a baseball link, similar location to where that previous ball was pitched. Fastball at 95 this time. Gonna call it a strike looking. As Alonso on deck, 240 batting average. Swing and a miss. It's down the middle of that time, 94 miles an hour. And Alonso has 34 home runs on the regular season. Fans on their feet. Every seat has been purchased here with their tickets. None are in use right now for this next pitch. Punch them out. 95 on the fastball for the second strikeout of this inning. 2 up and 2 away. Now up against Alonso with Jose Iglesias on deck. So they swapped Nimmo and Vientos in the batting order previously in Game 2, where they put Vientos ahead of Nimmo. First pitch for Alonso, it is downstairs on a slider at 86. It's 1-0. Alonso has batted 240 on the regular season, 1 for 5 this series. Drew 3 walks and a run. Lindor gets set. Alonso pops it up. This will be a deep center. Blake Perkins is there. Exit velocity at 76.6 miles an hour. Perkins took care of it. 1 hit for the Mets. Brewers will be at the bat. Chourio, Perkins, Contreras, the first 3. We'll be right back in just a moment. The Philadelphia Phillies await the winner of this game and series. They'll have home field advantage. They're waiting at Citizens Bank Park in the Broad Street Sports Complex that also has Wells Fargo Center and Lincoln Financial Field. Citizens Bank Park, the home of the Phillies. Wells Fargo Center, the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. And Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Jackson Chourio getting set. Coming off a 2 home run game, both solo shots, setting up Garrett Mitchell's 2-run game-winning home run in the 8th inning. Not a lot of nerves here going on as Chourio presented a bunt. That pitch was to the right. 1-0. Chourio, this rookie, leading for the way. Not just the power for Quintana leading the way. But Chourio, he had thought about it, thought better if it was downstairs for a 2-0 count. Quintana, 3.75 ERA in 170 and 1/3 innings in the regular season. Strikeout rate is 19%, which is below the league average of 23%. Chourio batting .275 in the regular season, and he drives one between second and short for a base hit. Jackson Chourio's stellar postseason continues. 5-9 thus far in this series. As he swung at that one right by the glove of Quintana. That pitch was right there on the money for Chourio, who has swung at everything that he's liked. Right for the zone, and Chourio now up first, with Blake Perkins following him up. That disengagement took way too long. Chourio's back at first. He has ran exceptionally well here. Perkins getting set. Perkins presents a bunt. Retracts. Is a top whip. Fastball 90 miles an hour. And the lowest in-zone rate this season among starting pitchers. Quintana 41.3%. Followed by Zach Gallen at 42.5%. Marcus Stroman at 43.7%. And then Kyle Gibson 44.1%. Oh, this is a bunted foul right off of Perkins and onto the helmet of Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez is alright as he checks in with the home plate umpire, Vic Carapazza. Oof. That didn't look good for Carapazza. Alan Porter's the first base umpire. Second base, Mike Estabrook. Third base, Brandon Miller. Left field, Alex Tosi. Right field, Chris Siegel. The 1-1. And that is down for left line, but it bounces beyond foul territory. So Perkins will have to stay at the plate. It almost looked like a fair ball, but it just crossed foul territory just enough. The bunted foul, and then a foul ball at the left. So close to being a fair ball. Two for free in game two of a sacrifice fly. How the series was with an 8-4 Mets win in game one, then a 5-3 Brewers win in game two. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Drove it down low. Change up 87 and he will sit down. One up and one away, and the trumpet sounding. Not for Edwin Diaz, but for William Contreras. Funny thing is that I've listened to Narco before I got into this cast. And I was going for my run. Each victory has been a come-from-behind victory, each one of them. The Mets came back from deficits of 2-0 and 4-3. Takes a change of 87 downstairs. It's 1-0 the count. 2 for 8 Contreras in the series with 2 RBI. 5 unanswered runs for the win for the Mets in the top of the fifth. Jose Iglesias, infield base hit to score Tyrone Taylor. The 1-0. Bottom left, sinker 91 as there was no swing from Contreras. It was followed by back-to-back 2-run base hits by Mark Vientos to bring in Jose Iglesias and Francisco Lindor. Then JD Martinez to bring in Brandon Nimmo and Mark Vientos. Ball and a strike here, this next throw. Spike to the dirt, change of 87. And a good block by Alvarez to prevent any further damage. And for the Brewers in game two, it was 4 unanswered runs. Blake Perkins with a sac fly scoring Bryce Terang at the bottom of the fifth. Then at the bottom of the eighth, Jackson Chourio and Garrett Mitchell with back-to-back home runs off each other. Chourio, a solo shot to right center. Mitchell to center, also bringing Willie Adames. Breaking ball, that curved. Generous call. It was outside to the left. Very generous call. So it was outside the bottom left corner on a 78-mile-an-hour curveball. So it's a very friendly call for Quintana. The 2-2. And Contreras did not go. It's now a 3-2 count. Becomes a full count. This is with Chourio at first base. Willie Adames is on deck. The Narco's very symbolic with Edwin Diaz. And that dates back to his days with the Seattle Mariners. Winner take all here. Full count throw. This is dealt to short. And the runner is safe at second. There's no play there. Contreras out at first. Jackson Chourio moves to second base. He reached there. He is safe. Contreras is really hobbling. And that direct throw to first was very tough for Iglesias to deal from second to first. I don't know if that punched out Chourio as well, but I don't believe it did, as the throw was not on time. But Iglesias had to throw around Chourio to get his way to first. Adames now. First pitch is upstairs. Fastball 91 miles an hour. 1 for 7 this series. His first hit was yesterday. He scored a run. And that was on Garrett Mitchell's 2-run home run. Ball at the first with 2 outs. Runner at second is Chourio. And Quintana used up his first disengagement. So Chourio got back at second. Adames, fourth in the order, moved up 1 spot when putting Bryce Terang at the bottom of the order. The 1-0. This is popped up over at the left side near third base. Who wants it? And Francisco Lindor says, I got this, to Mark Vientos. He'll be Iglesias, Winker, and Marte next up when we begin the second inning. Scoreless here, entering the second inning. Both sides have had good looks. Only hit from each side's been for the leadoff batter. Francisco Lindor for the Mets. Jackson Chourio for the Brewers. Those are the only hits of this game as Jose Iglesias leads off for the Mets in this second inning. Winker and Marte right after him. Left line, 94 miles an hour, no swing from Iglesias. 26 RBI with 4 home runs on a .337 batting average in limited time in the regular season as Iglesias fouls it off himself, and that stung his right foot. Oof. As those shin guards, they have to miss that much. It's 0-2 on the count. He didn't make the team in spring training, signed in December 23rd. 0-2, and this is rolled, fouled at the left side. Picked up. Played 85 games for the Mets. He took the year off last year. He's known for his OMG song. 337 batting average in 85 games played, 270 at-bats. He's been proven very reliable. Whether it be between the Boston Red Sox, Detroit Tigers, the Cincinnati Reds, the Baltimore Orioles, Los Angeles Angels, the Colorado Rockies. Get another foul ball here. It's 0-2 for Iglesias. Iglesias is 34 years old, native of Havana, Cuba. And this is offering foul over to the second level of the stadium. Someone is catching it. So wearing the previous Brewers jerseys, the ones with the Times New Roman. Game 3 of this NLWCS. Yet another foul ball. What else is new? He's actually chasing a lot of these balls throughout. Did everyone well this far. Winker's on deck. 253 batting average with 14 home runs. There's Sky to right, stepping up at right field to field it is South Freelick. And that punches out Iglesias. 25 pitches into the night for Tobias Myers. Jesse Winker is up. And he's hearing the boos rain down at his ballpark. A former Brewer himself. May have anticipated that as Winker. And this goes into the direction of Adames, who takes care of it. And throws all the way to Hoskins. And he's punched out. 2 up and 2 away. With Starling Marte up. Winker spent that 1 year last season with the Brewers. Was a long-time Cincinnati Red. 5 years with them from 2017 to 2021. But that was before the years of Ellie De La Cruz. 1 year with the Mariners in 2022. He was acquired from the Washington Nationals as this was taken slightly downstairs. A slider at 86, but they're going to call it a strike. Marte, 2 for 5 with 2 walks, an RBI, and a run in this series. The 0-1. Marte swings it up, and this will be caught on a chase down catch, underhanded by Blake Perkins. A beauty. Midway through the second, Sanchez, Hoskins, and Freelick when we come back. Jose Quintana back to work here. Delivers a first pitch ball as it was downstairs for Gary Sanchez. 699 OPS. 1 for 3 in game 2. The 1-0. Sanchez delivers it to left field, down, headed towards the wall, takes a bounce. Sanchez is still going, and he will go to second for a double. The fourth seam, very friendly for Jose Quintana. Sanchez, the big man, delivers the second hit this game for Milwaukee. Second time down leadoff batter for Milwaukee has delivered of a hit. Every single hit has been from leadoff batters, which is true when you include leadoff batters for innings. Now, if Rhys Hoskins at the plate. Quintana still going. He's allowed 2 hits. Pitching 17 times this far. First pitch delivery. And Hoskins fouls it. Last year, Hoskins was with the Philadelphia Phillies. Now he's with the Brewers. 0-for-7 this series. He does have an RBI though. 214 batting average. Is known for his defense at first base. 26 home runs on the year. 0-1. And the changeup, 84 miles an hour. He did not go. 1-1 the count. Hoskins readying himself. Bats right. Sanchez is at second base. Not a speed runner. That just missed down low. Sinker 91 at the left side. 2-1. 20 pitches thrown here for the Brewers. Here's the 2-1 here for Hoskins. Oh, he fouled off himself. It hit him. He'll stay put. It's a curveball that time around for Quintana, who at 35 years of age is still going. 2-2 the count here for Hoskins. So Hoskins, native of Sacramento, California. 6'4", 240, the towering first baseman, and bring power to his bat whenever he strikes. 2-2. Fouled again. This one's a changeup at 86. That bounced back into the field of play, and that was beyond. And not before it bounced away from the foul line. Sal Frelick is on deck. Has the next batter up. 259 batting average. He does have 2 home runs on the season. Hoskins has yet to have a hit in this series. 1 or 2 to do so. And his first hit will wait as he punches out. Sinker 96 for Quintana's second K. Hoskins and Joey Ortiz are the only 2 players who have yet to record a hit. Willy Adames got his first hit yesterday on his 7th attempt. Quintana with 23 pitches. Sanchez at second. Not a threat to steal base. Top right corner for Quintana. No swing from Frelick. It's 0-for-1 on the count. 2-for-7 this series. A double and a run for Frelick. 1. And he'll check the swing. It was actually foul tipped. It's actually foul tipped. So it's now 0-2. Felt there was a little bat foul tip towards the glove. Sanchez can really deal it at the plate, but he has to watch Frelick go on this sequence. The 0-2. Oh, that was a swerve that was slow at 78 miles an hour. The slurve is a mix of a slider and a curveball. 1-2. Bottom right, punched out. Sinker 92. Quintana keeping it scoreless. The slurve is thrown with a slider's velocity but gripped like a curveball. In this term, it's a combination towards slider and curve. So how it breaks is that a slurve breaks downward towards the pitcher's glove side, combining horizontal and vertical movement. It's thrown in the low 80s. The average curveball is in the high 70s, average slider in the mid 80s. Joey Ortiz checks swing at first, retracted. So among the pitch type by batter, Quintana likes to go with the sinker more often than not against lefties. But it's a wide variety of pitches he uses. Sinker, four-seamer, curveball, changeup, mix-up, in which he deals against righties. It's never a bad idea against any righty. Ortiz is a righty, so he primarily goes to that mix-up. That sinker, curveball, fastball, slider. 1-1. After that foul ball. Ortiz 0 for 7 this series. He and Hoskins have yet to record a hit. And should Ortiz reach, Bryce Terang is waiting. This is foul back. 1-2. 30 pitches in for Quintana. Struck out 3. Myers has struck out 2. Packed house here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here's the 1-2. Well upstairs, 91 miles an hour. On the fastball. It's not a really fast fastball. It's adequate enough. Ortiz looks. Sanchez still at second. The 2-2. Down over to shallow right and backing up to make the catch. At second base was Jose Iglesias, Taylor Alvarez, and Lindor to start the third when we return. The Mets are trying to advance to the NLDS for their first winner-take-all victory since 2011. As this one curved nicely for Myers, 76 miles an hour, right on Tyrone Taylor was 2 for 8 with a double and 2 runs in this series. And interestingly, Spider-Man is canonically a New York Islanders fan. And he is also canonically a Mets fan, too. So, who knows where Tom Holland is these days? Is Spider-Man canonically a Mets fan? Oh, man. That was nearby, Taylor. 1-2 becomes the count. So that last winner-take-all game, 2015. I meant to say, so NLDS upstairs again, change up 77. So that was actually 2015, in which they last won or take all game. And Taylor skies this one up to center, and this one is caught at right field by Frelick. Easy doing stare, 33 pitches into Myers' day. The Mets lost in the wild card series against the Padres 2 years ago with Buck Showalter as their manager. Now Carlos Mendoza is their manager. Pete Alonso won Rookie of the Year in 2019. Jacob deGrom, back-to-back Cy Youngs with the Mets 2018 and 2019. Lost to the wild card to the San Francisco Giants in 2016. They won against the Dodgers the year before in Game 5 in the NLDS. Left wide, 94 on the fastball for Myers. 1-1 count against Alvarez, who is batting .237 on the regular season. The Mets that year, they swept the Chicago Cubs to win the pennant. They lost in the World Series to the Kansas City Royals. At that time, were managed by Ned Yost. Called strike 2. Curious call, as this was on outside the left lines, but they're going to call it strike 2. Not really a good call for Vic Carapazza. And that year, Terry Collins was the manager for the Mets. Sandy Alderson, the general manager that time. The 1-2. Check swing at first base. He did not go. Slider 87. He retracted. In that year's Royals, Salvador Perez is the last of that year's World Series winning team as Alvarez swings and misses. First strikeout of the night for Tobias Myers and a Taos wave. There's a lot of movement on that ball, so Alvarez not really in a good position to get that bat. He's a good fastball hitter, but that time, no. And that World Series team, or the Royals, also included, and this was ripped to right center. It's a base hit for Francisco Lindor. 2 hits in as many at-bats. He is 2 for 2 in this game, playing at the MVP level that he is hyped up to be. And that year's Royals team in 2015, including Mike Moustakas, Ben Zobrist, Alex Gordon, Kendrys Morales, Greg Holland, Wade Davis. No score already. We're in the top of the first. Slider 87 was taken a little downstairs. Alcides Escobar, also part of that team. Lorenzo Cain as well. Ned Yost was the manager that year. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. At the bottom left side on the slider at 85 miles an hour. The Royals celebrate that World Series title at Citi Field. Zobrist won back-to-back World Series as he was the World Series MVP with the Cubs in 2016. Fastball 97. 2-1 in the count. That first year with the Cubs, 1 of 4 years with them. 2-1. Spike low. This ball got away. and Lindor will move to second. It's a wild pitch for Myers, and it's 3-1. Zobrist made it to the World Series before with the Tampa Bay Rays in 2008. Acquired by the Royals from the Oakland Athletics. Good trade relations with one another. They made a trade with one another in acquiring Lucas Erceg, the Royals, and it promoted him to the full-time closer. So disengagement there for Tobias Myers will count as such with Vientos at the plate. And Myers is calling timeout, discussing with Gary Sanchez. Myers made his debut on April 23rd. He was right on the upturn. That Myers, he previously was a pitching prospect with the Chicago White Sox, the San Francisco Giants, the Cleveland Guardians, the Tampa Bay Rays, and Baltimore Orioles. Couldn't get his footing going, but once he landed with the Brewers, he was thrust into the 40-man roster. And swinging a high fly ball is all the way back in the warning track where Frelick is, and there's the catch for the final out of the top of the third inning. With one man left, Bryce Terang will lead off the third inning for the Brewers. We'll be back. So this coming Saturday, Tigers and Guardians at 1 Eastern. Mets, either one of the Mets or Brewers, and the Phillies at 4 Eastern. Royals and Yankees at 6:30 Eastern. Padres and Dodgers at 8:30 Eastern. That is the schedule on Saturday for the divisional series. You know, John Ott is watching his Tigers very eagerly as they take on the Cleveland Guardians. That series starting on Saturday, as with every divisional series. And this Tigers team in a very interesting story. Terang takes strike one at the bottom right. No swing. He's 5 for 8 this series. 3 doubles, 3 runs. 665 OPS in the regular season. The 0-1. That's to the right, sinker 91. This Tigers team, gritty. They don't quit at all. And channeling the embodiment of the city of Detroit. Hardworking and not quitting. This is a little bit low. Sinker 91. Bryce Terang. been an everlasting presence here for the Brewers in this series. Hit 2-1. Grounded as one hop. What a fielding by Jose Iglesias. He stopped a base hit from reaching right field. Showed his reflexes that time. Oh my goodness. Iglesias turned, twisted to make the catch, and then made the throw right on time, turning to the inside. Jackson Chourio next up against Jose Quintana. Pat Murphy pushes a bunt towards the left side. It's fouled, actually. Takes a left turn. And Mark Vientos knew that was a foul the entire way. So, be 0-1 on the count. In the series already, Chourio has delivered on power. 5 hits, 2 on cutters, 1 each on a fastball. It's a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, and then a sweeper. Do remember he's 5-9 in this series. 2 home runs yesterday. 3 RBI. Here's the 0-1. Outside to the left, changeup 85. Perkins is on deck. Garrett Mitchell once again coming off the bench for this game. Another 1-1. This is line to center right in the direction of Tyrone Taylor. Stepped up to make the catch. A good read on this as he moved up the entire way. Spent the last 5 years with the Brewers before he came over to the Mets this past offseason. Perkins 2 for 4 with a sac fly. Struck out in his first at-bat in the first inning. This next pitch will be Quintana's 40th. This one curved barely outside at the top left at 77 miles an hour. And Taylor had himself a breakout season with the Mets. 130 games played. This one curved to the bottom center, 78. His breakout year, he had 248 batting average, 7 home runs, 35 RBI. Look out in a defensive way. 2.0 wins above replacement at the bat. 1-1. This is grounded over to Lindor. Is going to have to make a tough play, and the throw is not on time. Blake Perkins will reach on an infield base hit. And a really good job. Lindor tried to get everything intact. Pete Alonso stepped out trying to tag. Couldn't do it. It bounced to him, but it went in and out his glove. It's an inaccurate throw. It will not be scored as an error. That was Perkins reaching on an infield base hit. Crowd is buzzing here for William Contreras as Perkins got back on time. 23 stolen bases on the season for Contreras. Or Perkins, rather. It's interesting to note that the Brewers, despite all the base running speed that they have had, they have yet to steal a base in this series. Upstairs, 90 miles an hour on the fastball. And the Brewers in the regular season, 217 stolen bases, which ranks second in the MLB. But they have not stolen a base in this series. Bryce Terang tried to steal a base, but he was caught. Next pitch will be the 44th pitch for Quintana. Here it is. Downstairs, changeup 85 miles an hour. So usually the Brewers rely on their base running as their formula for success. If this ever goes to a bullpen game, advantage Brewers. 2-0. Bouncing ball to Mark Vientos, and he will make the long throw all the way to first to get the final out the third. Nimmo, Alonso, and Iglesias. They get right back for the fourth. Now on to the fourth inning in this scoreless bout. Mets 0, Brewers 0. Combined 5 hits between them. Mets with 2, Brewers with 3. No runs scored. The hits for the Mets both by Lindor. There's a swing and a miss here. It was taken upstairs that time around by Brandon Nimmo, who was on the plate. 94 on the fastball. The Brewers hits from Jackson Chourio, Blake Perkins, and Gary Sanchez. Down for the middle on the changeup at 79. Good changeup that time around. 2 for 9 this series, an RBI and a run. The Lindor's doing everything, the heavy lifting for the Mets. This time around, here's the 2-0. Fly ball on the right, popped up, who wants it? Calling for it is Terang. And there's 1 up and 1 away. It'll be Pete Alonso coming up. Quintana with 19 balls, 26 strikes, 45 total pitches. So far, he is pitching nicely in the zone. So 3 shutout innings for the lefty. Upstairs on the first pitch. Tobias Myers still going strong. Next pitch will be the 49th. 1 for 6. Alonso with 3 walks with a run. 34 home runs in the regular season. 1-0. It's outside. The Mets have, frankly, yet to hit a home run in the postseason. 2-0 count. Myers will pitch the 50th throw on the next one. Here's the 2-0. Driven up high. Who wants it? It's at the foul territory called by Joey Ortiz. He has it. 2 up and 2 away. Jose Iglesias now. Does he get a run here? The Mets need one. A home run. Movement under the ball has been the strength that's for the Brewers. The movement under the ball, the strength for the Brewers, especially Tobias Myers. This rookie. No pressure for him throughout. Fastball 95, cold strike 1. Though it was curiously to the left of the zone. 2 for 11 this series. An RBI and 2 runs. Iglesias bouncing ball to Adames, who'll take care of it on a tough play. Throw it while he was running. Sanchez and Hoskins will be the first free do-up for the Brewers at the bottom of the 4th. And we come back. The record went out home running opponents for their postseason teams 3-2 in 2024 thus far. Last year, 25-4. And since 2018, 156-29. This so far is a small sample size, but when out homering other teams, it's not been a familiar sight. 91 miles an hour on the fastball, 0-1. And among one of those games was the instant classic, Game 1 of last year's World Series. 11 innings, with Corey Seager and Adolis Garcia being the heroes for the Rangers. Deal 1. Adames flies it over to left, but he fouls. As a line drive to left on a foul ball, it's 0-2. No score through 3 innings. Now at the bottom of the 4th, Adames facing an 0-2 count. The Mets have also not homered in this series. Let's see how this goes. Here's the 0-2. Downstairs, changeup 85. So basically, it's a role reversal. The Mets playing a Brewer style of game. 1-2. Bouncing ball to first. It's going to be a tough play for Vientos, and Adames is safe. He got there on time. Willy Adames kept the motors going. An extra step of speed, which helped him as this bouncing ball got to Vientos. It will be a tough play for him. And making a catch. So Adames used the speed to leg this one out very close. Just a split second before the catch made by Pete Alonso. Now Gary Sanchez. Here's the first pitch. Sanchez winds it up to left. It does not move Brandon Nimmo one bit. Adames stays put. That's out number 1. Not deep enough to move the bases. And Quintana still dealing here. 50 pitches in. Taking some rest right in between the innings as he was watching his guys waiting to deal it. So far, nothing here. The first pitch for Rhys Hoskins in just a moment. On the way. Bottom right. Sinker. At 91. There are some Met fans here on the house. But every now and then, they can be heard at some point. 0-for-8 this series. With an RBI. So Sanchez is waiting. Here's the 1-0. And here comes Willy Adames on the way to steal second. And there's the first stolen base of the series for the Brewers. They finished second in the MLB in stolen bases. With 217, they had yet to steal a base in this series until now. And Adames gets the credit for it. And he did not hesitate to get second base as soon as he saw Quintana wind up and deliver. And an opportunity here to deliver a go-ahead run here for Milwaukee. Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins bounces it to Lindor. He picks it up and throws to first to knock out Hoskins, who sacrifices himself to move Adames to third. 2 up and 2 away. However, Sal Frelick represents the go-ahead run at the plate. So Lindor wanted to get him at third, but that was not possible as Adames got the early jump. As he turns and then dives for third base. Knocked out was Hoskins, but Adames stayed put. 53, now 54 pitches as this is flied up to left. And Brandon Nimmo trying to get there. It will not get to him. No worse for wear. It is a foul ball to left on a sinker. 90 miles an hour. And Frelick on deck in the event that we have a reach or a walk. 2-for-8 this series, a double and a run. So he is on the plate, actually. It's Ortiz is on deck in this winner-take-all game. The 0-1. Bouncing ball. It reaches Quintana. And there's a throw right on time for Frelick. He had legs. And so close to reaching on an infield base hit, which would have scored in Adames. But will step away. 5 innings. So we enter the 5th with 4, it's no score. Jesse Winker leads off the 5th. Could this be a moment for the Mets as Winker's getting rained down with showers of boos here from this Milwaukee crowd? Fans are letting him have it, and fans cheer as he swung and missed on the fastball, 95 miles an hour. The Winker 0 for 1 in this game. Start the All-Star game. He grounded out to short on his previous at-bat. The only 2 hits from the Mets came from Francisco Lindor. 1 each for the Brewers between Jackson Chourio, Blake Perkins, Willie Adames, and Gary Sanchez. No runs scored. Pumped and missed. 95 on the fastball. 55 miles an hour. This pitcher's duel still going. Time and time again, you have hitters swinging right under this fastball. 1-2 on the count. Delivery. Oh, that hit Winker's elbow. Automatic walk. So now there is a leadoff man for Winker as Starling Marte is going to move up. Not what Pat Murphy wants to see. Not intentional from Myers. Tied 1 game and apiece in this best of 3. Winner travels to Philadelphia. Marte swung and missed. Went up on a slider at the top left corner. 85 miles an hour. 2 for 6 of the series. 2 walks, an RBI, and a run. 0-1. Curve to the bottom side. 87 on the slider. And Marte so poised, so concentrated. Looking to get the Mets on their way to their first appearance in the division series since 2015. 0-2. Bottom left. Marte's punched down on the fastball. Myers gets a 4th K. Started with a little bit of those sliders. And then a 4-seamer that was perfectly delivered onto the bottom left corner of the strike zone. Just as we get the next man, Tyrone Taylor, another former Brewer. Unlike Winker, he is not getting the boost rain on him. Slider, 85. This was on bottom center. Perfect delivery on Myers' 60th pitch. 2 for 9 to series. The Mets are 0 for 15 with men on base. Swing and a miss. Slider went upstairs at 86 miles an hour. The Mets need to have an extra base hit thus far. Once again, 0 for 15. And back this one up. 0-2. Got him! 0 for 16 now. Tobias Myers still going strong. Bottom left corner. As Myers did a perfect spot. This time it's a fastball. And sometimes when you have trouble dealing with these pitches, can cause mental mistakes. How to end up there? Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez fouls this one. This is going to go to the crowd. One for 9 this series with RBI. Has 11 home runs. Had a walk-off against the Orioles in the regular season. In the playoffs, anyone can be the hero. Alvarez fouls it again. And Gary Sanchez gave a peek. So if the Brewers win this one, I would imagine that the front runner for MVP of this series will be Jackson Chourio. So for the Tigers, I believe the MVP is Tariq Skubal in that series against the Astros. And this crowd coming to life Alvarez fouls yet again. Now to count 0-2. Still. Tobias Myers getting set to throw his 66 pitch. Crowd waving their towels. Here's the 0-2. Right up, popped up. On for the right side, the infield. Rhys Hoskins is going to call for it. And he makes the catch. To put this to the bottom of the 5th. Ortiz, Turang, and Chourio. When we come back. Pat Murphy is very impressed with Tobias Myers. He has responded in every which way possible. Make this a pitcher's duel. It's still scoreless. In the bottom of the 5th, he already has strike 1. Now it's ball 1, change of 84 for Jose Quintana right on Joey Ortiz, who has yet to record a hit in this series. Just one or two players who have yet to record a hit. 1-1. Ortiz fouls. So for the Tigers in this NLWCS outing, I believe that Skubal would be the MVP of this series. A 3-1 victory in Game 1 for Detroit. Skubal strike out 6. Jake Rogers could have a valid case. Ortiz grounds it over. Vientos picks it up. And now Ortiz's hitless streak continues on. So is yet to get one. But whenever there are the chases for Quintana, he has delivered on each and every time. So out in front each time. Out in front. Effectively out for the zone. First throw. Delivered up. Fouled. Sinker 90. Bryce Turang is on the plate. 5-9, 3 doubles, 3 runs. The MVP, I would say, for the NLWCS between the Royals and the Orioles. It's a toss-up between Cole Reagans and Bobby Wood Jr. Top right, but it's outside. Sinker 90. 1-1 is the count. In between the Braves and the Padres. The Padres winning the series on a sweep 5-4 in Game 2. There was 4-0 in Game 1. Ball on a strike here. 1-1. And Terang takes it between himself and the left line. Feel the NLWCS MVP of that series, Kyle Higashioka. That's what I think. There's a good understanding and nice discipline of where each one is. Where each pitch is. The 2-1. Bryce Terang grounds it to Lindor and immediately did not hesitate to throw to Alonso. 2 up and 2 away. Still it's scoreless. Someone is to break this one. If it's the Mets winning this series, Trevor Megill is warming up the bullpen, by the way. So if the Mets were to win this series, you'd think that the NLWCS MVP here, I believe it would be Starling Marte. Chourio takes it down, changeup 85. 1-4-2. But I may think it is Marte. Chourio if the Brewers win it. I think. The 1-0. Downstairs. Changeup 85. He's the youngest player in the majors right now. 2-0 count. 65 pitches for Quintana. The delivery. That is outside. Curveball 77. I don't believe it is Marte. So 1-2-3 here. I believe Mark Vientos may be a good candidate. It's 3-0. Now 3-1. Sinker with 91. As Chourio takes strike 1 at the bottom center on a sinker. So Quintana gets set. Here's the 3-1 throw. It's spiked. And Chourio heads to first on a walk. Went downstairs that time. In a series where anyone can win MVP of a series, Francisco Lindor could deliver if the Mets get another clutch run off of him. So Pat Murphy wanted to go to his bullpen. He's warming up Megill. His brother Tyler Megill is a starting pitcher with the Mets. He is not on the active roster right now. Blake Perkins at the plate. Perkins, ball 1, right between him and the right line. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. 3 for 5 in game 2 of a sac fly. So far on the night, he is 12 for 2. So overall, he is 5 of 7. 70th throw for Quintana. Oh, wow. That is strike 1. The changeup went low. And it was outside the zone. They don't call it as such that time. It's 1-1 on the count out the changeup. 86. Quintana's more methodical of his pitches. That's why you see fastballs of him going at 95 miles an hour or more. Chourio gets back to first base safely. We're in the bottom of the 5th right now. No score. It's been the tightest game of each game between these two teams. Swing and a miss. It went low. On the strike zone. Changeup 86. It's a 1-2 count. The playoff baseball, nothing else like it. Where pitching is of importance. Series tied 1 apiece in a best of 3 as Quintana uses second disengagement. Both pickoff attempts are not successful, so he has used up his 2 disengagement attempts. This one upstairs, no swing, 91 on the fastball. Do remember, just the second time in the best of 3 era in wild cards that a series has gone to a game 3. The other time, ironically involving the New York Mets, that was 2 years ago when he went up against the San Diego Padres. 2-2. Bouncing foul ball to left. And Perkins staying put. Jackson Chourio backs up and gets back to first. Perkins chosen the second round by the Washington Nationals. 0-for-6 on the night with runners in scoring position. 0-for-10. The 2-2. And the pitch is high. On his way is Chourio. The throw is off. Second stolen base of the night for the Milwaukee Brewers, and that is Jackson Chourio to Blake Perkins. He's not actually with Washington Nationals. He is 28 years old. His presence felt starting in the 2023 season. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Perkins, a native of Litchfield Park, Arizona. 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second base is Chourio. The next pitch will be Quintana's 75th. And time called here by Francisco Alvarez. Myers is watching. It's been so fantastic thus far. This young kid, Myers. Myers has done everything to put his team in this position. So is Quintana for his other guys. Yellow rally towels here at American Family Field in support of Blake Perkins. 3-2 to count. This next pitch will be, that is a high fly ball. It's fouled. Went just past the foul pole. Someone has it over at the home crowd stands. So don't be going home happy. Picked by the Washington Nationals in the second round. 2015 MLB draft. He is not playing the majors until last year. Out around between Kansas City, the Yankees, and this is served down for the right side. Hit the safety netting. It'll stay a foul ball again. Straight to the Royals with Kevin Gutierrez, Johansen Morel for Kelvin Herrera. Jose Butto is warming up at the bullpen in the meantime. Chourio at second. Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball to Lindor. This should put him away. And the throw is in time indeed. Still scoreless. Brilliant defense by both the Mets and the Brewers. Still, we have no score entering the 6th inning. Tobias Myers' night is done. He is getting the hugs from the Brewers dugout. He has held his own after 66 pitches. They don't want to risk him for long usages. Trevor McGill is now up 2.72 ERA through 48 regular season games. And entering this game for McGill, it's a knuckle curveball combination that he could use to his advantage for the Mets bats. So far, McGill pitched last game, and in 1 1/3 innings pitched in game 2, McGill did not allow a hit, an earned run, a home run, and he struck out 3. McGill's first pitch, 100 on the fastball. It's just slightly to the right, outside the top right corner. 20.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's wild. 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball to right center, and Frelick is waving off Perkins to cut off his path. 1 up and 1 away. So McGill is the first setup man for Devin Williams. Once it goes to extra innings, if we are continuing to be scoreless, who do you go to? So 1 up and 1 away as Francisco Lindor, who was put away for the first time in this game. His first pitch for Vientos, down through bottom left for strike number 1. No swing, 4-seam fastball at 99. 3 of 10 this series, 2 RBI and 2 runs. 1. Vientos thought about going, thought better of it. Knuckle curve going at 88 miles an hour. That's a 1-1 count. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Through bottom left. Another knuckle curve. This one coming in at 86 miles an hour. And Vientos still holding his own. But this Brewers team may have the advantage now because they are sending out their bullpen in the 6th inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He's going golfing off that knuckle curve at 88 miles an hour. And 2 up and 2 away. Nimmo up next. Brandon Nimmo, will he get a clutch hit for the Mets? It get them up front in this scoreless bout. Remember, we had a scoreless bout between the Royals and the Orioles as Nimmo delivers a high fly ball to right field. Sal Frelick is right there to make the catch. We did have a scoreless bout between the Royals and the Orioles on Tuesday. That ended with a 1-0 Royals victory. Contreras, Adames, and Sanchez next. Oh, at the sausage race here at American Family Field. The Italian sausage has just won it. Well, place your bets, everyone, about who is going to win the sausage race. The Italian sausage is a winner. Having their time of life going for the Italian sausage in the sausage race, just as William Contreras swung and missed on the curveball. At the bottom of the sixth to begin with, 78 miles an hour. That was on bottom left. It's always fun having that happen. Yo, one. Upstairs, 90 miles an hour, just outside the top left. Fastball. Contreras, usually a reliable catcher. He's 2 for 10 in this series, 2 RBI. They need this to be continuing onwards throughout this series. The 1-1. Downstairs, changeup 86. The 2-1. Neither team has an error thus far. 2 hits for the Mets, both from Francisco Lindor. 4 hits for the Brewers, 1 each from Jackson Chourio, Blake Perkins, Willie Adames, and Gary Sanchez. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball. At 78 miles an hour, that was downstairs that time. Contreras, just like any other batter, usually have trouble going up against curveballs like that. The left knee is hurting for Contreras. Nobody has been getting a lot of chances here. Downstairs, 86 on the changeup. Now it's a full count. No outs here. This could be a good position to get a shot. Anywhere. Anytime. It's a good time to strike. 3-2. Swing and a drive to right field. It's a fly ball chased down by Tyrone Taylor, who waves off Starling Marte. 1 up and 1 away. And only 1 walk. It was an automatic walk off Jesse Winker because he was hit by a pitch. So Carlos Mendoza and the Mets hoping that they can go to the NLDS and face their division rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. As a swing and a miss here from Willie Adames on the change with 85. And the Mets Phillies NLDS would be a true divisional series. As was the case in the last 2 years between the Phillies and the Braves. Adames tapped fouls, changeup 86, and went off of Alvarez. Gary Sanchez is on deck with the bottom of the 6th. In Adames' career against Jose Quintana, he is 6 of 16, a home run and 3 strikeouts. So more often than not, you can see him hit. He's had a good time against Quintana career-wise. Bases empty. The 0-2. And that is well outside. Sinker 90. Adames is a free agent to be. So both these guys may be playing their final games. 1-2. Spike to the dirt. Curveball 78. So he solidified that shortstop spot for the Brewers once he came in. It's now a 2-2 count. Playing E40 here. American Family Field. E40. 49ers fan. Warriors fan. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. A wild one. Adames on his way to first base. And the throw is on time. Strike him out. Toss him out. 4th strikeout. As Alvarez is able to take care of that. 88 pitches thus far on Quintana's day. This next at-bat could be his last one. That's a long way to run as this was in and out the glove of Alvarez. It's a ball that's in play. Stepped up and made the delivery to first. And it creates the ankle. So Quintana now at 88 pitches. This could be his last at-bat. Gary Sanchez. First one. Curve to the bottom left. At full out Sanchez, 77 miles an hour. 2 for 5 in game 2 with a double. 699 OPS in the regular season. Deal 1. Sanchez pumped and missed on a curveball at 78. Remember, Adames is a free agent. It's off-season. Devin Williams is a club option which can be exercised. $10.5 million salary. Deal 2. To the left, sinker 90. And as for the Mets, Pete Alonso, Jose Quintana as free agents this offseason. Other free agents include Luis Severino. Check swing at first base. Is safe. He did not go. Curveball 77, dangerously close to getting all of that as it was curving low. May have got him golfing if he actually did go. Luis Severino is a UFA. Sean Manaea is a player option at $13.5 million. JD Martinez, Harrison Bader, also free agents. A 2-2. Full count now. Change up 85. It's not only Adames or Williams. Freddie Peralta has a club option. Can be exercised at $8 million. Rhys Hoskins can opt out of his deal at $18 million. Colin Rea, club option at $5.5 million. Frankie Montas, a mutual option, $20 million. Time called here by Quintana as he is discussing with Alvarez. So there's no pitch clock violation. He called time right before the pitch clock expired. It's a full count. Remember, if it's a pitch clock violation, it would be an automatic ball, which would walk Sanchez. And the kid is getting the Brewers fans pumped up as they're all on their feet. Sold out crowd here, but the seats are empty as everyone is standing up. Full count throw. Swing and a miss. And this scoreless bout continues as that changeup went low and Sanchez is going to go golfing. Tiny stretch. The 7th inning is next. starting pitching has delivered here for both sides. Next man up for the Brewers is Nick Mears. It's the fourth winner-take-all game all time to be scoreless through 6 innings in postseason history. Last year it was Game 5 between the Rangers and Diamondbacks in the World Series. It was scoreless in a pitcher's duel. Check swing at first base. It's a slider 87, and no swing there. And Mears, 5.93 ERA. In Game 1, pitched 1 1/3 innings with 1 strikeout. Split time between the Colorado Rockies and the Milwaukee Brewers. And this is in and out. Slider 87 for Pete Alonso. 2-0 count. It was scoreless up until the 7th inning, where the Texas Rangers got the first run of the game. Zach Gallen did not allow a hit in 6 innings. The 2-0. That is curving to the inside on slider 86. Arizona has scoring opportunities with runners on second and third base. In the third, Nathan Eovaldi retired Tommy Pham on the ground out. The 2-1. And it's a swing and a miss on a fastball down low at 98 miles an hour. The D-backs loaded the bases in the 5th inning, but once again, they could not score. And the Rangers, they ended Gallen's no-hit bid in the 7th on Corey Singer's base hit to left field. And Singer scored on an RBI base hit by Mitch Garver. Kevin Ginkel escaped the 1-out bases-loaded jam to end the Rangers for another scoring opportunity. 2-2 is low. Slider 86. It's now full count. And a base hit by Jonah Heim in the 9th inning combined with a fielding error by Alec Thomas scored 2 more for Texas. Then Marcus Semien hit a 2-run shot, expanding it to 5-0. Full count throw. Punched out! Nick Mears does the job of retiring Alonso. A swing and a miss ends his bid. Freddie Peralta is warming up at the bullpen for the Brewers on 1 day of rest. His fastball is getting ready. Peralta started Game 1. And get to see much of him was primarily Frankie Montes. This is down the line, bottom left. Iglesias was looking at that for too long. 2 for 12 in this series is Iglesias. You know, Peralta's getting loose. They're setting up Peralta in a good position. 0-1. Whoa! He went for a ball that he should not have. Slider 86 and a ball that was way out the strike zone. 86 miles an hour on the slider. Both hits were by Francisco Lindor. The 0-2. Spiked to the dirt. This one went away. They're just scoreless here. Last year, the Texas Rangers finished the postseason a perfect 11-0 in road games. And Ketel Marte had a 20-game postseason hit streak that ended in Game 5 of the World Series. Iglesias thought about going for it, but it's outside, way to the left. 2-2 to count. He's walked 3 times and struck out once to end the World Series, Ketel Marte. The 2-2. Iglesias thought about it. The 97 on the fastball was low. And last year, Bruce Bochy became the third manager to win a World Series championship in both weeks after Sparky Anderson and Tony La Russa. The third manager to do so. 3-2 count. Bouncing ball to Adames. He's going to make a long throw all the way to Hoskins, and it's in time. Iglesias is out, so 2 batters retired. And last year, Corey Seager, Nathan Eovaldi, Max Scherzer, and Aroldis Chapman all won their second championship. Will Smith won his 3rd straight, becoming the first player in the MLB to win 3 straight on 3 different teams. Crowd booing Winker here, as opposed to when any other batter is on the plate. First throw, curve to the right line, 82. They feel that this plan should not change for the Brewers unless they have a lead, so which they can put in Joel Payamps. And then Devin Williams. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Winker went on that one over the bottom left corner. Now it's 0-2. He got the catching glove of Gary Sanchez, and the rally towels here waving out and proud among Brewer faithful and Brew crew. Winker's one more chance. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Winker's punched out. Nick Mears does the job. 15 pitches. Hoskins, Frelick, and Ortiz. They have yet to get a hit, but this could be a grade A opportunity. We will be back. The 95 wins by the Phillies are the most in team history since 2011. They also have the best home record in the MLB at 54-27. Zach Wheeler also with 11 straight games of pitching at least 6 innings or more. It will not be Rhys Hoskins batting here. Jake Bauers will be pinch hitting for Hoskins. You can imagine that Garrett Mitchell at some point will be pinch hitting for one of these guys. So as is listed. So Bauers is a first baseman just like Hoskins. He'll be taking his place. Mitchell is an outfielder. As Bauers takes strike one, a swing. 96 on the fastball at the top right corner. And it's Jose Butto at the mound this time for the Mets. Bauers batted 199 in the regular season, 1-1 the count. And Bauers has delivered last game. Game 1, he's 1 for 4. Left-handed batter, and Bauers fouls to right, changeup 89. So the Brewers immediately attacking. He has power on his bat, and he can deliver. Adames is the 4th spot. Remember, this is the 6th spot in which Bauers is taking the place of Hoskins. The 1-2. Outside, top right. Fastball 96. We're also going to be monitoring the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Currently, it's a 10-7 Buccaneer lead. The Falcons at the ball. 2-2 the count. Now full count. Fastball 96. It's outside on the top right corner. So far, Drake London has the opening touchdown. 18 yards out from Kirk Cousins. Then Mike Evans responded. Touchdown catch of his own. Chase McLaughlin with 53-yarder to take the Bucs to lead. Frelick is on deck. Full count. 6th throw for Butto. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. He'll watch it fly onto the second level. Jake Bauers has delivered. He knew that ball was gone the moment he crushed that to right field. Another key home run for the Brewers. The fourth in 2 days. 2 by Jackson Chourio. The one yesterday by Garrett Mitchell. A solo shot, 408 feet to right field. That ball was out of here. Pour the drinks. And make his walk like a boss. He knew it. Everyone in the crowd knew it. That's the first run that the Brewers have scored in this game, as this is another high fly ball to right. Sal Frelick back to back. And it's 2-0 Milwaukee in the blink of an eye. First pitch for Frelick, he knocked it out onto the crowd. Same placement Bauers got. The one that Bauers did was 4 and 5 feet to right. Frelick was 3 feet farther, 408 feet. Well, home runs may be contagious for the Brewers now. They get most of their runs with their legs. That's how they usually deliver, but it's back-to-back home runs. Ortiz, strike one, the slider, 85. But this crowd is on their feet. And so that may change Pat Murphy's strategy. The 0-1, swinging a foul ball to left. 0-2 now to count. And everyone on their feet. So that changes strategy. Do you go to Joel Payamps in the 8th? That's what I would believe would be the case. That they would go to. Do you go to Joel Payamps or do you go to Jared Koenig for the 8th? Interesting call for Pat Murphy to make. And either one before you bring out your closer, Devin Williams. And Jose Butto, 6 home runs allowed on the year. He's given up 2 in this game alone. The 1-2. That is right between the right line and Ortiz on a slider 86. It's now 2-2 on the count. And usually Butto is not someone that would give up home runs like that. 6 home runs allowed on the year in 30 games. This is lined to short. Lindor made the catch. Swider 86, one up and one away. The damage may be done already in this low-scoring game. The record when out-homering opponents this year this far, 3-2. Last year, 25-4. And since 2018, 156-29. Hopefully, it's 4-2 for the Brewers in that case. Jake Bauers on the first pitch, and then Sal Frelick on the one right afterwards. Back-to-back for the Milwaukee Brewers, seeking their first NLDS appearance since 2021. The dance floor lights are on. We'll be right back in a moment.
Someone say back-to-back home runs?
Oh, someone said back-to-back home runs. Indeed, off of Buteau, who allowed 6 on the year. It's back-to-back now. How about Jake Bauers, man?
A former Durham Bull. People forget. Hometown kid.
One from the 919. Truly representing.
The 414.
Yes. Well, he spent time in the 919 with the Bulls. Newport Beach, California native. But he has his fair share of clutch moments. This one may be the biggest. But that's 5 home runs in the last 2 games for Milwaukee. At this kid, Jackson Chourio.
He's just a kid. He's only 20 years old.
And he's delivered a 2020.
Now we just need 6 outs from Devin Williams.
So yeah, initially, we saw Freddie Peralta warming up at the bullpen. I feel the strategy has changed now. Bill, you go to either Payamps or Koenig for the 8th inning.
Not Williams?
Bill Williams, I would save him for the 9th.
Okay, you don't think he's got 6 outs in him?
Oh, Edwin Diaz has tried that. He did get 5 outs and the win in the game 1 of that Atlanta doubleheader. He's out there for the remainder of the 7th. Oh, Williams, if there's any other closer who can do that for a 6-out save, probably name a few closers who have the capability of doing so. Someone of a, if I could think of an Emmanuel Croisset type of pitcher. So that was a 2-1. That's way off for Bryce Terang. So 1 up and 1 away with Joey Ortiz, was yet to hit in this series, but Terang has 5 times. But not in this game. One is downstairs, and Terang will walk to first. His crowd is going crazy.
And those towels are looking terrible.
You're reminding me. Maybe, well, not complete without, how about the Renegade?
They play roll out the barrel at the Brewers games.
And here comes the stolen base attempt. There is another. Bryce Terang, who was tossed out at second yesterday. He steals second base. So free stolen bases this game. This is how you win games. With your legs. Oh, they're going to check that swing for Chourio, but they're going to say he did not go. 2-0. Yeah, Chourio's in that NL Rookie of the Year conversation up there with Paul Skeens and Jackson Merrill. It's a very tight race. Another swing and miss for Chourio. Swider 89. I feel Skeens has earned himself NL Rookie of the Year, in my opinion.
Churio's up there.
He is. This nearly looked like a broken bat on a fly ball to left field. It's shallow. Nimmo takes care of it. And Terang's going to stay put at second. 2 up and 2 away. Bottom of the 7th. Already Trevor McGill and Nick Mears have been used up. So ideally, it will be Aaron Ashby, Joe Payams, or Jared Koenig as the next man up for Milwaukee. They did have Freddie Peralta warming up. That strategy has since changed, I believe. Top right, Kona ball, 97. And Blake Perkins inserted at the 2 spot. I feel that it would usually be the case whenever the Brewers are going up against left-handed pitchers. So it depends on strategy, depending on who they face. If it's righties, then usually you would see Terang as the leadoff, Churio at the 2 spot. Then against lefties, Churio as the leadoff, Perkins at the 2 spot. 2-0. Right line, 99. Becomes 2-1. That's strike 1, and it's those back-to-back home runs, putting the Brewers up 2-0. Oh, that's way off. 98. Fastball. Now it's 3-1. Edwin Diaz trying to end this 7th inning. At this point, it's all hands on deck for New York, as the entire pitching staff is available. Oh, check swing at third. No, he did not go. That's going to be a walk. Edwin Diaz draws his 2nd walk of this 7th inning. And now the trumpets are sounding, but it's not for Edwin Diaz. It's for William Contreras. We have a nice battle with the trumpets. Contreras has put together a magnificent year this season. Named to his first All-Star season. Towels waving here. That pitch was way outside. That is 1-0 on the count here. Contreras 0-3. OPS is 831. 11 balls, 4 strikes for Diaz. 1-0. And Bryce Terang held bags, no throws. Stolen bases at 3rd and 2nd, so it's going to count as 2 stolen bases. Now it's 2-0. The 2-0. As at the left line, slider at 89 miles an hour. So Edwin Diaz to get back in control. You can't fall apart this worst possible time. This is foul. Right back. But Pete Alonso at foul territory is going to... Can't make the catch. As it bounced off the safety netting, it's going to be called a strike. He can't make the play as it bounced off the safety netting. That was very close for Nemo. Or Alonso, rather. It bounced off his catching glove, rather. Bad luck for him. Contreras hitting a hit here. That's at the left. 99 on the fastball. 3-2 for Edwin Diaz. That pitch missed the strike zone. Jake Bauers will take the place at first base to start the 8th inning. In any case, Blake Perkins at center field. Swing and a miss. Not done yet here for New York. Starling Marte, Tyrone Taylor, and Francisco Alvarez. For the 8th inning to start things out, back-to-back home runs by Jake Bauers and Sal Frelick. 2-0 Brewers heading into the 8th. Freddie Peralta. This is a shock. They're sticking with their plan on putting him on the mound for the 8th inning. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk in game 1 when he got the start. His first pitch is down the middle. 94 miles an hour on his fastball. Right through Starling Marte, who is 2 for 7 this series. 2 walks, an RBI, and a run. Yeah, 1. Swing and a miss, a wild one. One that Marte should not have attempted. So already, Peralta's being entrusted with getting 3 outs in this inning. Probably Devin Williams for the save. In the 9th. That is low. Slider 82. 1-2 is the count. Though Peralta, he could likely be pitching this inning, and then Williams in the 9th to get the save. Then move on to Philadelphia. Should this lead hold up? Marte, that is good, but it's spotted at second base by Bryce Terang, who makes the toss to first. 1 up and 1 away for Peralta. 6.23 ERA thus far. And most of that damage was in game 1. It's getting shellacked throughout. Joe Pyam's got the loss in that game. Now it's Tyrone Taylor, who is 0 for 2 thus far tonight. First pitch. Top shelf. 96 on the fastball for Peralta. Did not swing that time round. Taylor 2 for 10, the ex-Brewer. A double and 2 runs on his former team. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled back. Now it's 0 for 2. 97 this fastball. Taylor struck out and flied out. And the flyout was in the 3rd. Strikeout in the 5th. Crowd on their feet. Rally towels waving here at American Family Field. Taylor did not go. The slider was downstairs at 82 miles an hour. So Peralta in a situation to hold this up for Williams. And a pivotal matchup. So Quintana, the version we saw of him was the one who compiled an 072 mark. It's a high fly ball. It was caught by Sal Frelick and 2 up and 2 away. So the version of Quintana we saw is the one at which we saw an 072 mark, which he posted in September. If he's starting an elimination game, the Mets believe the most recent version is the real Quintana. It's curveball, the one in which he watches. The Brewers turning this into a bullpen game since the 6th inning, trying to work up in Quintana's pitch count. First throw, grounded to left for Alvarez, and a foul. Slider 83. The Mets pen is running a little bit on fumes, given a push just to get in. So that can work to Milwaukee's advantage. The earlier Quintana's knocked out. For the Brewers, it's going to be the same pitching strategy. Tobias Myers did not go very deep. 5 innings. Slider 83, in and out of the catching glove of Gary Sanchez. And use Devin Williams for more than 3 outs if needed, but this may not be the case since Freddie Peralta is going well. 1-1 the count. But the Brewers, they need to play clean. They've been an elite defensive team. The Mets leveraged a key lapse into a 5-run inning in game 1. Downstairs, changeup 90. It scored what might have been a decisive run on an error in game 2. So the Brewers are keeping clean and going into the middle innings. So they're rolling out their 8 bullpen and letting everyone go onto the base paths. Just need to avoid rally starting mistakes, which has been the case. Timeout called here by Alvarez. The Brewers pen has pitched a complete game shutout since the 5th inning implosion in game 1. Going 4-1 first scoreless innings to end Tuesday's game. 5-1 first shutout innings Wednesday. It's great that Pat Murphy is going to extend his starters past 3 or 4 innings. Swing and a miss for Alvarez, and that makes it a 2-2 count. Tobias Myers, 5 innings tonight. So he's not eligible for a win. Here's a 2-2. Grounded to third. Joey Ortiz. Long throw to first is there. And Freddie Peralta does the job at the top of the 8th. Adames, Sanchez, and Bowers can add to this lead in the bottom of the 8th when we come back. Today from Atlanta, we are tied at 17. Darnell Mooney. A pass from Kirk Cousins. And make it 14-10 Falcons. Then Mike Evans answered back with his second touchdown of this game. 23 yards out from Baker Mayfield. Younghoe Koo tied it on a 54-yard field goal. Crowd on its feet here at Milwaukee. Winner goes to Philadelphia. Jose Quintana pitched 6 innings. 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Jake Bauers and Sal Frelick back-to-back home runs in the 7th inning. It appears Edwin Diaz is going to stay put. That was way low, slider 90. So William Adames is back up onto the plate. It was 1 for 3 on this game, just 2 hits in this series. Second throw from Diaz. It's downstairs, 97 fastball. Edwin Diaz needs to get back in control of this. Get back his composure. 2 for 9 for a run in this series for Adames. Swing and a miss. Take strike 1 on the bottom left on the slider, 89. 23 pitches into the night for Diaz. Gary Sanchez on deck, the ex-Yankee. The 2-1. That's fouled on a line drive to left to hit the safety netting. 2-2 now to count. And Francisco Lindor does not want this season to end for the Mets. Brewers leading 2-0. 2-2. Yet another foul ball as it goes over to the crowd, right towards the top of it. He'll get another pitch towards his direction. Bauers and Frelick back to back. They've delivered. The 2-2. Again, this is fouled back. The only way that if they stop this barrage is if they tackle him, maybe. Another 2-2. And yet another foul ball. Fastball 98. And the ball boy will come in to get another ball here. And he wants to get that surge up. This will be the 8th pitch of the sequence. So Adames gets set. Another 2-2. And yet another foul ball. This time it was a slider as opposed to the fastball in which Diaz was usually throwing in the sequence. 9th pitch of this at-bat. Bottom of the 8th. Another 2-2. This time it will not be a foul ball. It's a swing and miss on a slider. Second strikeout of this game for Edwin Diaz. Winner goes to Philadelphia. Facing off against Zach Wheeler, Bryce Harper, and the Phillies. And we do have a 56-yard rushing play for the Buccaneers. On their way to the red zone. They're inside the 5. In the meantime, Gary Sanchez, 2 for 5 in game 2 of a double. Sanchez did not go. Slider 91 as it went downstairs. 1-1 as the first pitch was a strike looking. Fastball 98 on that first strikeout. That's strike. 32nd pitch. Swing and a miss. A big one. Slider 90 for Sanchez. He's played for both New York teams, primarily for the Yankees. That team made famous by Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, and Jorge Posada. The 1-2. Well outside, slider 91 is to the left that time. And the left side of the batter's box. Becomes a 2-2 count for Sanchez with Jake Bauers on deck. That is a fly ball to the back. Well, he's still filling up that zone. At the inside, you start to fill in that strike zone some more. Pitching control is important. Another 2-2 here. This bouncing. Diaz has it. And he'll just take care of a soft toss to Alonso. That exit at 78.2 miles an hour. The Polar Bear has it. 2 up and 2 away. Here's Bowers, who was the hero of this game thus far. And he's getting a standing ovation here from the home crowd. Could he do it again? He blasted off of Jose Butto. First pitch. He swung and missed. 99 and was taken upstairs on a fastball. The home run came to 7th inning. That's to the right. Bottom right on the line. Looked at that fastball at 99 miles an hour the entire way. The 0-2. Way off. Outside. Top right. 99. Fastball. So that was a wild pitch, but no damage. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And we will go to the 9th inning. Lindor, Vientos, and Nimmo to keep the Mets season alive here in the 9th inning. We will be right back. It was weird to see Freddie Peralta as the reliever in this game, but he got the job done in the 8th inning. Now Devin Williams for second save of the series. He has 14 saves in the regular season, missed the first 4 months of the year. Trevor Megill did a good job filling in for him, but now it's Williams' turn. He's been an elite reliever this season. And Williams is having trouble hearing his signals. Is it going to be a pitch clock violation? Williams can't hear it. He is pleading his case to Vic Carapazza. So he can't hear the signals correctly here. He's pleading his case. Something going on here as far. It's weird. And by the way, the Buccaneers have the lead back thanks to Sterling Shepard, the third touchdown thrown by Baker Mayfield tonight. So it's not a pitch clock malfunction. So Williams did not hear correctly the signal from Sanchez. So he pled his case to Carapazza. The OMG sign. Or the Mets. right up. So there are a few Mets fans here. First pitch from Williams. Just outside. It just missed. 96 miles an hour on the fastball. The first pitch. Double in the first. A base hit in the third with 3 walks for Lindor. This one curved inside of the change of 86 miles an hour. Well done there for Williams. And it's 1-1 on the count. Doubled in the first. Base hit in the third. Full out in the sixth. Yeah, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball is right downtown. 96 miles an hour. So 1-2 count now. Williams can punch out Lindor. Vientos is on deck. The 1-2. That one curved, bottom left, outside. Changeup. 86 miles an hour. Mets trying to keep their season alive. Brewers wanting to put them away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This fastball got away. It went upstairs. He's been alternating between the fastball and the changeup throughout this sequence. Fastball, changeup, fastball, changeup, fastball. Vientos is on deck regardless. Lindor being the best player on the Mets. He fouls this one back. Formerly with the Cleveland Guardians, then known as the Indians. And likely the NL MVP runner-up behind Shohei Ohtani. Spent the first 6 years of his career with Cleveland. 3-2. Fouled again. And Lindor was on that Guardians team that made it to the World Series in 2016. 2 teams in which he had a chance at ending a 70-plus year drought and winning a World Series championship. They're the full count throw. This one's outside. Check swing. Lindor did not go. He'll walk. So the Mets have a base runner. This is something they struggled with throughout this game. Runners at bases. Plus, Lindor has the only 2 Mets hits of this game. He pulls back. Jesse Winker was hit by a pitch. And Mark Vientos now have a chance to break this trend. He swung and missed. Changeup 87. As they went towards the bottom side of the strike zone. Vientos 3-for-11 this series. Oh, the Mets, they have not hit with a runner on base in this game. Nemo's on deck. 0-1. Bouncing to the left, fouled. Changeup 88. Either this will be the Brewers advancing or the Mets either tying this or winning this. Time called here for Vientos. He asks for time. He steps aside for the moment, trying to get his composure back. Joey Ortiz locked in at third base. If they have to go with JD Martinez, they could. He is a designated hitter. He can take the place of Jesse Winker in that regard. 0-2 is outside. 87. On the fastball. It's on the changeup, rather. Williams has success with those changeups. And that's something that Vientos has done well as well. The 1-2. Punched out on a swing and miss. That fastball went to the high side of the strike zone at 95. Vientos went after it, and he will sit down. Brandon Nimmo can either tie it or bring the Mets within 1. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Lindor 2 for 3. Nimmo fouls to right. Nice play that time around, and nice eye by the first base umpire, Alan Porter. 2 for 11 this series, an RBI and a run. But not much success thus far. Up against the Brewers. 0-1 pitch. And that's at the same placement as the previous one. Another foul ball towards the right lines that just fouled out. Changeup at 85 this time around. It's at the right side, well to the right. Mets fighting for their lives here. Man at first is Lindor. The 0-2. Grounding ball, and finally Nimmo gets the hit he's looking for. Lindor's in scoring position as he heads to third on Nimmo's base hit. The tables have turned here in the ninth. And Pete Alonso can deliver a go-ahead run or tying run. We have a double. Go-ahead runs with a home run. As this was straight through right between Turang and Adames. And Williams stayed on that changeup. Now a mound meeting with Devin Williams. Up against Pete Alonso. Williams got the first out. He may need a double play likely in order to get the Brewers to advance. Lindor represents the run that puts the Mets within one. And it can be delivered by Alonso. On deck is Jose Iglesias. Watch party at Citi Field. This fan base up around Alonso on the first pitch. Stared at it for too long. Change of 87 as it went down for the middle. Got a swing on it. So Alonso knows what it takes. He is a free agent this offseason. And who knows where he's going to go. The 0-1. Upstairs, 93 on the fastball. And you have runners at the corners. Nimmo and Lindor. First and third. 1-1 the count. 2-0 Brewers. Even so, a 2-0 lead is not safe. Spike the back-to-back home runs by Bowers and Freely. 1-1. Well upstairs as well. 91 this fastball. And it becomes 2-1. So the Mets are creeping up. So Williams, that is way up. 87 this changeup. Danger area. So Jose Iglesias on the mound. So now 3-1 on this count. Pete Alonso to right field. This slider's on its way and gone! Pete Alonso gets the Mets their first lead of this game! There's a polar bear on the loose in Milwaukee! The Grimace Mets have done it again! A power bat that went right over to above the right field fence. He knew that and it was gone in an instant. And in a flash, the Mets have taken the lead. Lone save by Devin Williams. He's still out there. He has to get 2 outs. First one against Iglesias. Took it upstairs. At 95 miles an hour and high fives in the Mets dugout. This magical season. The Mets still up and running. 22 pitches now. Foul ball to left from Iglesias. And there's the OMG sign from Iglesias. And 0-2. Oh man, that bounced off himself on the foul ball. 0-2. The Mets fans here being the happy ones now. It could be a tie game. Who knows? And this is foul back. The bases clearing 3-run home run by Pete Alonso. The first home run from the Mets in this game. Alonso scoring a Lindor and Nimmo. Iglesias grounds it. Turang picks it up. And the throw is on time to Bowers. 2 up and 2 away. Williams lost the save. Alonso with a silencer. And it's Jesse Winker who is back up. Carlos Mendoza is not making the switch to JD Martinez. Starling Marte on deck if Winker reaches. And Citi Field is on a full party. Fastball 95, but it's fouled. But what a moment there for Alonso. In his biggest moment as a Met. We don't know if we have seen the last of him. Yet another foul ball. He's the big free agent. Previous salary at $20.5 million. We don't know what the strategy is for the Mets in the 9th inning. 0-2 upstairs. Fastball 95. So it's 1-2 on the count. So Devin Williams lost the save. Never gave up 5 in an entire season. It's 1-2. Foul back again. Fastball 96. And those hits by Nimmo and Alonso are the first 2 hits by any Met not named Francisco Lindor. And David Peterson is warming up to close it out for New York. 1-2. Oh, that bounced off of Winker's elbow. He is moving to first base because of that. The base runner for the Mets again, and Williams is left out there. Mets lead it 3-2. After the Brewers, they led 2-0. Pitches in for Williams. He was used up yesterday, got the save for them. Blew a save here. On his way is Winker, the throw not on time. The Mets taking a page out of the Brewers' playbook and stealing a base. That is second. For a split second. It's got a little hit right on the head. Trying to booze. He's dealt with back issues throughout his time in Milwaukee. So he reached out. He got kicked in the head. Maybe. See if there was contact there. Did he get disoriented enough with that? So he's getting checked in by Carlos Mendoza to see if he's alright. So that's the injury timeout. It appears he may be staying in the game. So he's good to go. And David Peterson in line for the closeout. It is not a save, as Williams had that opportunity. He's put himself in scoring position with that stolen base. 1-0 with 2 outs. Marte was 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. A low drive on the changeup. 86 miles an hour. 1-1 now to count. 2 for 8 this series. This far, struck out 0 for 3. 269 is his batting average in the regular season. The 1-1. Same placement, another swing and miss. Changeup 86. Now becomes a 1-2. So both teams have been very resilient. The Brewers without Christian Yelich. The 1-2. Ground ball to right. Winker's on his way. The throw to home. It is not in time. Jesse Winker has something to say to his former team. He scores and it's 4-2. Delivered that right field ball all series long. Marte, when it's needed the most, he has delivered, and the Mets have been the bottom of the ninth away from taking this series away from the Brewers, who need 3 to win 2 to tie. The slam of the helmet. And Williams is subbing out. They have knocked out Devin Williams. Joe Ross coming in. We will return. Pete Alonso delivering a 3-run home run to get the Mets the lead. This is a high fly ball to left, caught on the warning tracks by Jackson Chourio. That's the final out. Brewers down to their last life. Frelick, Ortiz, Terang. They can either tie it or win it. Who knows? But we'll be right back. Just 3 more outs for the Mets to take care of business. And they'll be moving on to Philadelphia. Brewers need 2 to tie, 3 for the win. That's at the bottom side. It's 4-2 now. It is Sal Frelick trying to finish this job and get the Brewers up. This is up onto left field for a base hit. And the Brewers will not go down quietly off a fastball 94. Off David Peterson on the second pitch. Already he's getting started. Joey Ortiz represents the tying run at the plate. Peterson does not have a save in his MLB career. But this will be the biggest one of his life. 2.90 ERA in 121 innings, though he has primarily been utilized as a starter. He is a reliever who can also play starter. This first throw, outside, fastball 93. So Ortiz, 0 for 10 on this series, 0 for 3 tonight. It's not of a hit, no runs, no walks. The roof is closed here. Right center, 93. On the fastball. 1-1 count for Ortiz, this youngster. Frelick at first at this one. Low drive and a swing and miss. Not after a ball he should not have. Ryan Stanek at the bullpen. Last year he played 15 games with the Baltimore Orioles. He has lengthened that game's play gap by a wide margin between this year with the Brewers and last year with the Orioles. He's delivering his first full-time season. 1-2. Ground ball to right. Fastball 96. Getting those runs with the legs. Up and going. Ortiz still looking along. Brewers fans, when you see some magic, would it be from Ortiz or Terang? The 1-2. Punched out on a swing and miss. 94 on the fastball. 2 outs away are the Mets, with Bryce Terang coming to the plate. Now Peterson turned this one over as this was up high. Ortiz went after it. Just missed it by a slight margin. Terang 0 for 2 with a walk. Is he going to take his chances with Terang? And this one, tossed it first. First disengagement used on Frelick. At the back end. Here is the first pitch. Grounding into short. This may turn 2. Here comes the throw and it's there! This magical season continues. The New York Mets are headed to Philadelphia to the NLDS. Francisco Lindor with the throw of a lifetime on the way to first. He'll get the final out of this game and the series. The Mets celebrating along for the sides as they head to Citizens Bank Park at the Broad Street Complex. 4-2 the final score as they stun this Brewers crowd. Facing off against the Phillies for the next series. A 2 versus 6 seed matchup. The legend of Grimace and OMG live on for another series. They were down against one of the best closers in the MLB. And they have delivered again and again. Their first playoff series win since they advanced to the World Series 9 years ago. They were out-hit 7-5. At time before the ninth innings, the only hits they got were from Francisco Lindor. But it was Nimmo, Alonso, and Marte there are 3 other guys that have been leading the way outside of Lindor to deliver the throw. It's a solo play by Francisco Lindor. A 6-3 double play. The Mets will take on the Phillies. So, in my opinion, with this NL MVP, who I believe it to be, with the Mets winning 8-4 and the Brewers winning 5-3 in games 1 and 2 respectively, I would believe it would be Pete Alonso who delivered her on the way. He cements himself a legitimate case. The Mets staying alive. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I am Alec Nava saying so long from Milwaukee. Good night, everyone, and stay safe.